Hey yo, Mega Bros, Den here, and wouldn't you know it, today marks the 2-year anniversary of the channel. Holy guacamole. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years, right? But what I do believe is that it's time to give you an update on what you can expect as we move forward into year 3. Now first off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has stuck around and watches my content. You may have noticed that my upload times are a bit more sporadic, and that is because I am in the process of moving. That's also why I'm gonna keep this a very straightforward, chatty video that is light on the editing. Because look at this. Look at all these boxes. And over here. Now what in the hell am I supposed to do with all of these unbuilt model kits? We're gonna have to get these built and reviewed in the next apartment for sure, because this is getting ridiculous. So yeah, next week, I'm leaving the countryside of northern Japan and moving closer to Tokyo, Kanagawa actually. And let me tell you, moving in Japan is a lot of headaches. And my folks are also visiting that very same week, only a couple days later after I move in, so you can imagine. But things will settle down in April. And with that out of the way, let's talk about year 3 of the channel, because that's what this video is really about. And there is a lot to talk about actually. Of course, we will keep rocking and rolling with the Mega Man content and start doing more game hunts and arcade videos. We got a new neighborhood to explore after all. And more importantly, I am gonna be overhauling my content throughout the year. Now it won't be all at once, but little by little, I wanna spruce things up a bit, especially once I get the new place set up. Now for something like an arcade video or a game hunt, there's only so much that you can do, since you pretty much have to shoot those guerrilla style, usually with a small, inconspicuous camera. But even for those, I want to start doing a little bit extra. I do get positive responses on those videos, but just whipping the camera around and throwing footage together to get a video done isn't something that I personally find all that satisfying. And I suppose sometimes that is necessary because YouTube isn't my full-time job. Just something I do with what little free time I have, but knowing that I could do more with those videos is just something that always bugs me. Even if it's just a little bit, I want to spruce those up too. Now one big thing I'm looking forward to is I will be introducing new content. This year we will be bringing back the not so quick plays, but actually quick, and not entirely the same as before. I guess you could say I'm hitting the reset button on those. I want to give them a little more production value and make a nice series out of it. What I did before was sort of only a half step of what I really wanted them to be, and it's ironic that they were even called quick plays because I think they are some of my longest videos. More importantly, I'm not frankly so interested in the typical Let's Play style of video, but now I got some nice ideas for it and a direction that makes it more fun and interesting for me to do. So you can expect those to boomerang back around and become a huge part of the channel. They will often be centered around challenges and different modes, or just quickly checking out and talking some games that I might otherwise not do on this channel. So it won't necessarily be a Mega Man centric series, though there will be Mega Man challenges and plenty of them, but also things for some examples, Dead or Alive 2's endless mode to a Castlevania boss rush, to Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries, Street Fighter online matches, or simply checking out and chatting about some Japan exclusives from my collection. And we're gonna make it a tad more show-like and less Let's Play-like, if that makes any sense. Call me old-fashioned, but I'd prefer to start taking more of my content in that direction as much as possible, where possible. It's just that typical style isn't exactly what floats my boat. The changes won't be all at once, but that's how I see the channel evolving as we move forward. The quick play episodes should be fun, and with the way I'll have it set up, not too time consuming for me to do. So they will be in addition to the weekly videos, for the most part, but also something that I can fall back on for times like now, where I'm busy moving all this crap. As for Metal Heroes, we'll keep the episodes coming, and I did ask you, which format do you prefer for Robot Masters? Multi-character or single character? And many of you said good either way, while a handful did say they prefer the single character format, and I kinda do too. We already did Mega Man 6 Part 1, so we will do Part 2, but beyond that, single format it is. and maybe later I'll use episodes to throw together some compilations in the future. So to reiterate, after I'm moved and settled in, the typical outlook in a given week is still one video with the addition of the relaunched quick plays. For about the first year and a half of YouTube, I was trying to figure out more ways to put more frequent content on this channel, mainly just to have a nice foundation. But with work, studies, to production on new short films, which is my biggest focus, one YouTube video a week and quick plays is about what I'm willing to commit to. Aside from a full-time job, making new films is my biggest priority, and I'm more of a show, don't tell kind of guy when it comes to that stuff. But I will say, living and working out here in the countryside this past couple years is not only a part of the reason that I started doing YouTube, but it's also given me a hell of a lot of time to just write. And not to toot my own horn, but I wrote the hell out of some really cool stories that I'm gonna be putting to film. So I got 3 short films to do. The first being an original story loosely based on Japanese folklore, simply titled Hanya. And while I'm working on these the next couple of years, I'm also preparing for a stop-motion animated series, which is kind of my long-term project and goal. And that's gonna be years in the making. I did mention in the 1-year anniversary actually that I will be doing a stop motion project, something Mega Man related, but pretty quickly in that process, I kinda came up with my own original characters and story, and it just took off from there. So I'm not doing a Mega Man stop motion, because I'd rather do, my own thing, and it's not really for YouTube per se, nor will it even be the first thing that I do with stop motion, because I wanna get some experience. At some point, I will probably make a channel for my film productions where I can throw up behind the scenes materials, trailers, and maybe even the short films after I submit them to festivals, depending on how things go. But back on the YouTube front, all of that is why I'm pretty much sticking to 1 video a week, plus the quick plays for the foreseeable future. And as usual, I will generally rotate the content week by week. So Metal Heroes, an arcade video, an unboxing, Metal Heroes game review, basically what we've been doing on that front. Now, whether that is good for the algorithm, I don't really know. I'm just making these little videos because I enjoy creating and I love Capcom games. I know nothing about the algorithm. I'm not making videos on Wheel Gator to become a big quote-unquote influencer or be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. If that was the case, I would have started overacting in all of my videos and have lame thumbnails like this one. But no, that is not a dream of mine, nor has it ever been. I'm just a dude that really loves Mega Man. That said, some would call this a small channel, but to have a couple hundred people watching ain't so small to me. I'm thankful for what I got, and whether this channel grows to 10,000, 1,000, stays around 500, or shrinks to 50, the content's gonna keep coming. So thanks again, everybody. I will say I am my own worst critic, and by that I mean I get anal about even the most trivial details, probably things that would go unnoticed, but I spend hours going over basically what are finished videos. And I guess that's what they call being a perfectionist. But the irony is, nothing's ever perfect. There's always something to find even after the fact, and it does bug me. And at some point, you just gotta put the video out there. All that is to say, the fact that there's folks enjoying my content at all is pretty damn cool, and I appreciate the hell out of it. And hey, I'm starting to do my own content over at Mad Panic Gaming, so in addition to my weekly videos and the quick plays, you can catch me on over there doing some cool reviews for non-Capcom games, and taking part in other videos as well. I know a lot of you probably discovered my channel from there, back when it was called Kid Shoryuken, but for those that did not, go over and check out Mad Panic Gaming and all the content Jim pumps out on a regular basis. Anywho, I've talked your ear off enough, so if you made it this far, let me just say, you've got guts, man. Or you're just a hard man to shake. Either way, you've made it to the top, man. So let's have a magnificent year 3. And until next time, as always, this is Den Den, signing off.